So for this project, I decided to focus on cars because I think that a lot of America, or like what Americans value, is demonstrated well by cars. So I will be talking about how cars represent materialism, and then I also think that competition goes along with this. So I'll be talking about materialism and competition, and then I will also be talking about time, because I think that is also something that Americans really value here. So Cole said that, or in Cole's article, Cole stated that Americans tend to be very materialistic, and especially when compared to other countries, Americans tend to value these items more. And I would say that cars really help to demonstrate this, because here in the United States, I would say that it is definitely, like, people definitely recognize the value of their car, or like the value of their friend's car, and kind of compare the two. And I would say that rather than thinking of a car as a way to get somewhere, for some people, like, it means a lot more than this. So I would say that this definitely represents materialism and also competition. And I would say that in the United States, some people, or some places, definitely are more like this than others, more competitive, tend to have people that are more materialistic. So I wouldn't say it is equally like this in all places, but I definitely would say it exists. And then Cole also said that Americans really value time and being on time, and compared with people, or when compared to people in other countries, timing maybe isn't as big of a deal there as it is here, which is interesting. I would say I definitely agree with Cole's description of American values. I would say that not everyone lives by this, which Cole did a good point of pointing out, in my opinion. So I would agree with that aspect, but I would say that overall, definitely, I would say these values apply. And I would say I resonate with a lot of these values too, if I'm being completely honest. So, and then as far as if they accurately apply to Americans, their behaviors and beliefs, I kind of went into this, but I would definitely say that they do. I would definitely say that they apply to Americans I know, and that I am very interested to see how my values differ from others in my host city. I would say I'm definitely interested to see what the values are of many people in Spain, because whereas I know materialism is very important here, I'm not sure honestly how it is there, or how much people there value it. I would say that a car is a great example of materialism here, but I would say that it is shown through many other things as well, such as a lot of objects that people can have: jewelry, houses, clothing, everything like that. I would say that competition is shown in school. I know that Cole mentioned something about school and being competitive, and having kids start like competing against each other from a young age. And so I thought that was really interesting, because I definitely, like, from my childhood, I remember how school was, and how if I didn't know the answer to something, other kids are kind of like motivated or encouraged to share the answer, and that it can be a competitive environment, which I'm honestly not the biggest fan of. So I'm very interested to see what competition is like in Spain as well. And then as far as if I anticipate any tension with my own beliefs or ways of living, I would say that, and I know that this was one of the values stated, is Americans being very willing and open to change. I would say that that is a value I especially, that I feel like I especially applies to me. And I would say that going beyond that, I would say I'm very accepting of different beliefs. So I would say that I'm not expecting too much tension, but that I am interested to see how I feel about it. But yeah, I don't anticipate any tension, but I am definitely glad that I read this article because I think it's good to be aware of what your kind of values are before studying abroad and being in a different place where people may have significantly different values. So yeah, that's it.